see their name on a lot of the buildings there because they own a lot of them.
Right.
They call it Temple Square with all the main buildings that they own in Salt Lake. It's actually really pretty, and you can go inside some of the buildings as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, the original settlers who came here, visited, and actually stayed were the Mormon pioneers.
Yeah.
And they came in 1847, but Utah didn't actually become a part of the United States until 1886.
Okay.
So it took almost 50 years for them to become a state. But yeah, what's interesting too is like California, Oregon, all those other states on the west border, they became states before Utah did, even though Utah was actually technically settled before.
Yeah.
So kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they traveled from Missouri because when they were basically, the Mormon church started in New York, and then they went to Ohio, and then they went to Illinois, and then they went to Missouri.
Yeah.
They were kind of getting pushed around a little bit because they had some like legal troubles. At the time, they used to practice polygamy, so they'd have multiple wives.
Oh, okay.
And so that's like one of the main reasons they kind of got pushed around. Like, we don't want you here, leave. But then finally in Missouri, they actually like made a law that it was legal to kill a Mormon.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, we've got to get out of here and go somewhere that's not gonna give us all this, right?
Yeah.
So they started walking westward and just kept on going until they got here, where the leader at the time, his name was Brigham Young, he was like, this is the place that we should stay.
Yeah.
He saw like the lake shimmering and he saw the mountains with like the snow on it. He was like, yeah, this is the spot.
Yeah.
So they settled here. And then they stopped practicing polygamy, so they stopped having multiple wives.
Yeah.
And then eventually they became a state. So
Interesting.
yeah, there's like the main history of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And then the history of the rest of Utah is actually pretty similar. A lot of the towns were started by Mormon pioneers. They kind of branched out after they got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they initially were in Salt Lake, and then they sent people south and north, east. Not very many west. That's why there's a lot more small towns over here.
What's that temple's name?
So the one in Salt Lake City is just called the Salt Lake City Temple.
Salt Lake City Temple. Okay.
And then the Mormon Church, they have a lot of other temples as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also a temple in Oakland.
Oh yeah, that's true. Huh?
Yeah. And
That one's pretty.
I wasn't even aware that it was like Mormon, right?
Yeah.
So one time I just saw it on the map, on Google Maps. I was like, okay, this building looks pretty. Let
Yeah,
me
go
take a
check
look.
it out. Take pictures.
Yeah.
How did you find out that it was Mormon?
Last week, actually.
Oh really?
I was I visited the temple maybe like 2-3 years ago,
Nice.
and then I told my manager I was gonna visit Salt Lake City, and he was like, "Oh yeah, there's a temple in Oakland." I was like, "Wait,
You're like,
it's a
wait,
Mormon
I've
temple?"
been there.
Yes.
That's funny.
And I think like in January I also watched the musical The Book of Mormon.
Oh nice.
I just find it so interesting.
It's funny.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, let me go there and check it out.
Yeah, not very accurate. It's a little
Not accurate, yeah.
Yeah, a